Oh man, are we still doing this show? It's still on the air?
We are.
Haven't canceled this thing yet?
Not quite yet.
I guess we're gonna ad-lib our way through another one then. Thanks for watching the Today in AZ After Show. I'm just yanking your chain. Happy Monday to you. Paul Gerke, Rachel McNeil. That's Craig Humphreys on the switcher. That's your last name with an S, right? Humphreys?
Craig.
More than one?
He's from Cranston, Rhode Island.
No
Pawtucket.
kidding.
He's from Pawtucket, Rhode Island.
I feel like you're just making that up. That's Jimmy Q, who's really heated about today's topic.
Heck yeah, don't even
You've
get
been
me
ranting
started.
Oh my gosh,
raving.
we've got to get you started.
Yeah, you guys ready?
You want to
Yeah.
dive right into it? All right, let me set the stage,
set it up.
and then
Yeah.
I'm going to give
Tee
you
it
the
up.
mic, and you could just go off.
You guys go get coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
And the way this show works is that you guys hop in the comment section and tell Jimmy why he's wrong or why he's right.
I
and
dare
then
you
we'll
to
read
tell me
your
why I'm
comments.
wrong.
You're going to fight him toe-to-toe today. Say goodbye to valedictorians and salutatorians
Yeah.
at one Ohio high school. They're getting rid of those distinctions in an effort to reduce competitive culture and improve their students' mental health. We want to know what you think about this change. Do you think getting rid of those two titles is a good idea or a bad idea, and why? Now, Jimmy, the floor is yours.
This is ridiculous, folks. Let's teach kids not to lose. Let's teach kids that everybody's a winner. Once again, this same trend where it continues on and on, that nobody's allowed to fail. Well, guess what happened? I just raised a millennial, and yeah, we raised our
Congrats.
kids, me included.
Did you get him out? Is he out of the house?
Oh, he's out, but yeah, we raised
Success.
him to fail as well. Because my parents came from the Depression era, so it was always work, no excuses. Oh, you play full-time sports? You're still going to have a job.
Yeah, absolutely.
My generation was, you know what? The kid's he's good grades. He's staying out of trouble. He plays sports. He doesn't need to work. I'll help him out. That was wrong, and they had a shock of their lives, including my son when they get out there. I remember my son was playing in soccer teams. We're not allowed to keep score. And life is about score, and life is about winning. It's clear cut. Two kinds of people in this world: winners and losers. That's it, folks.
If you ain't first, you're last.
And let me tell you, here's what
I know.
Bobby said
My
that.
mom always said, look, you don't win silver, you lose gold. Period. End of story.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. No second place, not acceptable.
It's the winner of the losers. That's all that you are, second place. But here's what I do tell kids when I go talk to them. Every kid can win at something. You just have to find out what it is.
Right, where their strengths are.
I told, hey, I wanted to grow up. I wanted to be a professional football player. Failed at that. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. Loser. But guess what? I found something that I can actually win a little bit at, and that's what you have to do. But yeah, there are winners and losers, and valedictorians, they are winners. Doesn't mean they're going to succeed in life at all.
But something
That's an
has to
important
come in
distinction.
first in the class.
That's an important distinction, though. I want to shed some light on that, because just because you're the valedictorian or the salutatorian doesn't mean that you're set up for any sort of success, any more so than the kid that finished in third place. But here's the problem with high schoolers and kids of that age group. It feels like life or death to them, especially those who care about their grades. That kid who didn't get that distinction, it means more to them now at 17 than it will when they're 40. You're going to look back and laugh about how little high school mattered in life. But at the time, it feels very important. It is mentally taxing for those kids, especially who come from a family that stresses good grades. These kids that are coming in 5th place in these classes still have like 4.4 GPAs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easy.
Because of the way that they weight these classes and things like that. Like, these are still extremely intelligent kids who are now really failing for the first time in their lives. How do you propose we help them with that? Because I think better counseling and mental health awareness is a very important thing. We're learning that now. Like, that's one thing that this last generation maybe got wrong, is that it does help to have a little guidance.
It's a lot of pressure on kids these days. But I will tell you, so in addition to what this school in Ohio is trying to do, because when you kind of go further into it, it is because of mental health and just trying to make sure that these kids who are in that top tier, the competition is so tight that it was getting to the point where they were worried about suicide and self-harm and other things that these kids were doing. So that's when they started with this idea. But some of the other things they're instituting, which I think are great, later start times for high school.
Good.
Totally on board with that. Also, less homework, because there's a lot of busy work that's going home these days. I'm not saying do away with homework, but just not piling it on for the sake of piling it on, and not having this expectation that you have all this work to do in the summertime. So they're also working on those things to try to help overall. And they're saying, well, if we kind of have this system where it's like colleges where you're going to be in summa cum laude or cum laude, but you're not a 1, 2, and 3. That part, I'm like, well, what's that? I mean, if you're 1, 2, or 3, you know which one you are.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like you're going to be blinded and they're all of a sudden not going to know the real deal. But I do think there are some other things that probably schools could do that will make it a little less stressful.
Okay, I like that. But don't get
totally away
from winners
rankings.
and losers and rankings.
You have to have rankings. And there is a ranking in life. Everybody, there's a first, second, and third.
As soon as you leave school, whatever school it is, I don't care if it's university, I don't care if it's doctorate, I don't care if it's your high school diploma, you get ranked as soon as you walk out into the real world out there. And they rank you hard and fast.
I want to get to some viewer opinions here. Jeannie's on your side, JQ. Says, sure, give them all a trophy. Amy says the same thing. Absolutely not. This is so ridiculous. Real life, some people are smarter. Some people are more artistic. Some people are more athletic. Get over it. Now, Carol says, no, you take away incentives to excel, then there's no reason to be your best. I disagree with that, Carol. I don't think taking away the title of valedictorian changes anything in terms of how much you apply yourself in the classroom. I knew that I was never going to be in the running for valedictorian. That didn't change my desire to get good grades.
You still have to try to get into a college and you're in that tier, you're still trying to get in. So I don't think it's going to take away. I like David said, it's absolutely ridiculous. My daughter is salutatorian at her school, doesn't recognize it. We just found out here in Scottsdale. So neither gets to speak at graduation
too, and how that's an important distinction.
Yeah.
I will say this. There is nothing in school that prepared me for the real world as much as having jobs outside of school prepared me.
Yeah, my
Burger King.
Work experience was so much more important.
Yeah, I think my internships definitely, because I entered radio and TV stations, and that's what made me decide. It wasn't sitting in my RTV class. You know?
I swear, I think we ought to. This is as radical as I would go if I was president or dictator. I would say,
or dictator, just throwing it out there as a possible option.
Hey, you got to keep it open.
Hidden under the guise of socialism, but. I would say, you got until middle school, and if you can't move on academically or that's not your strength, your next 4 years will not be. Your high school will be nothing but learning a trade.
Trade school.
You'll learn how to build a wall with bricks, fix air conditioners, something practical, and along that, those classes will teach you about money and finance. And
I should have taken that class.
Seriously, I mean, we need more of those.
We really do need more of those types of professions. And I feel like there was a whole generation of kids in my generation that got kind of pushed out of trades.
Right.
Like it wasn't cool.
Exactly.
It wasn't meaning you
won't succeed.
Right. You needed to go to school like there was some sort of shame in hard work with your hands.
Oh, yeah.
There's no shame in work.
No.
And I think that needs to be reinstilled. Like these trades are so important because however many smart degree carrying kids that you pump out, they're still going to need their stuff fixed. Yeah. They're still going to need their plumbing done and their electrical done.
Those roads need to get fixed out there.
And you can make a really, really good living doing that stuff.
You'll never be out of work.
As much as a dentist to do it. They need electricians right now up in Flagstaff.
But somewhere along the lines, it's like, oh, there's shame in being a garbage collector.
No,
there isn't.
But that's why you see like a lot of kids are coming out of. It's so hard to get a job for the masses coming out of college. Because they're getting all these degrees.
Com degrees and philosophy degrees. And those are nice to have.
But as opposed to a trade school where you're actually learning a trade and something that you can get paid a lot. I mean, when the plumber comes, I'm paying a lot of money for that visit.
You really are.
For sure, yeah. But what your philosophy degree, I don't know. Is that your English major?
No.
You got to find a real job.
It's not worth it. I'll tell you what, if universities don't get with it, we're going to start losing a lot more kids going to college because you can't afford to get $120,000 in debt to get a philosophy degree or a communications degree when you already know how to communicate. Unless it's a degree such as accounting or medicine or something like that, or legal degree, go with the trade. My son didn't finish college and now he's learning the school of hard knocks, but the one thing that's saving him is he knows how to work. He works. I don't know where he got that from. He didn't get it from me. But I was from the generation. I'm like, kid, he's playing sports. He has good grades. He's staying out of trouble. He's going to succeed. He went the opposite way. He's just, college ain't for me. I'm going to party. And now, for whatever it is, kid works 3 jobs, busts his butt. Do I wish he finished college? Absolutely. But colleges need to start changing things because we do a story every year and a half. They're raising rates. They're doing it again. But the football team, we're paying more for the coach, paying more for this. Doesn't help the rates. We win a national championship. Do the rates go down at ASU? No.
Yeah, the NCAA is a problem and a crisis for another topic for sure. You're garnering a lot of fans, by the way.
I know, people are loving it.
Vicky says, I love the guy with the fuchsia tie. That's James Quinones, Jimmy Q on Facebook. Go give him a follow, Vicky.
Thank you.
He's exactly right. Bless him. My valedictorian dropped out of Harvard. My friend who couldn't get accepted into an Ivy League school he applied to is now a very distinguished neuroscientist. We all learned about failure, and when it happens in the real world, we all survived. Kids don't have that option anymore.
Yeah, our valedictorian for our 10-year reunion, she showed up, Bianca Chin. Love her to death. brilliant, smart, and she just gave the most downer speech ever about I live on a couch, I don't have a job.
Oh,
and,
no.
Yeah, I don't know where she is now. I hope she's doing wonderful. And I say this because it was a public speech that she gave to all of us. But you're right. Being the valedictorian doesn't mean you're going to succeed.
No, there's no guarantees.
She still deserves that.
Yeah.
And she has that.
She earned it.
And
You
she'll
earned
have
it.
that the rest of her life. I don't care what
Old-fashioned
she's doing. I hope she's happy. But I'm proud that Bianca Chin was our valedictorian. But yeah, keep it. Keep those awards coming.
It's funny. We hardly find anybody who's agreeing with this.
Well, the
New
people
program.
are worked up, and I don't mean to curb your enthusiasm a little bit, but there is a stipulation here. It's not like they're getting rid of the ranking system entirely. They're just moving to a more, as Rachel put it a minute ago, a more of a college sort of system where like you're recognizing academic achievement, but not specifically 1, 2, 3. You're recognizing the top in the class and the cum laude system. I don't know exactly how it works, but you're recognizing a certain number that's not
Percentage,
the
yeah.
top.
Correct me if I'm
1 or
wrong,
2.
though. I know they have the cum laude in the university system, but don't they still have the valedictorians?
Well, I thought you still
Yeah,
do because
in college.
somebody has to speak
Yes.
other than just the keynote,
My
right?
best friend's dad was a valedictorian at
Yeah.
Notre Dame. I mean,
Yeah.
and he carries that legacy the rest of his life that his dad was, you know?
I feel like there's still, you can't get around the number system. As much as you want to put blinders on and, you know, shroud everybody in cotton candy, you can't change the fact that my grade is better than yours. I'm ahead
Done.
of you. in
Exactly.
class.
You earned it. You worked hard, you studied, or maybe, you
mean-
know what? Maybe just you're better than
Maybe
me.
I just had a good day.
That's all right. You
I'm
know
a terrible
what?
test taker. Maybe I just nailed it that day.
Exactly. Doesn't
Who
mean you're going to
knows?
win in life. Doesn't mean you're going to be, but it means for that day, for what you're studying, that's what you did.
Yeah.
Got a couple conflicting opinions. I did find
Okay.
a couple here.
Oh,
and we
pull them
want
out.
your voices to be
Bring
heard
it
too.
out.
This is a
Bring it out.
conversation. We're not just screaming into the abyss. Christina says the issue is the average and regular kids don't matter. They're being marginalized because it's 4.0 or higher to get those distinctions. There's a ton of pressure on kids these days, and we need to recognize all types of students. Kind of like the students we were recognizing earlier, those who are maybe not excelling in the classroom, but who are going to make a hell of a living and be laughing at us when they're sitting on their pipe fitting fortune after
Yeah.
they go to trade school. Russell says a piece of paper or metal is not going to make anyone successful in life. You yourself will make you successful.
Yeah. What we need to do in schools, we need to reach out to those average, below average kids like
Yeah.
myself, and we need to teach them and instill that belief in their head that they can accomplish, but they have to find it.
They just have to
I
find
don't
what they're
know.
good at,
I don't know. That's the biggest secret that we all went through at one point. You're good at one thing. You got to find it. And
That's,
yeah.
I feel like counselors, career counselors, your teachers, people that can find things and see things. We used to have those aptitude tests where they would try to tell you, what kind of field would you be better suited for based on all these different questions they would ask. So I feel like that time of that sophomore year was kind of a turning point where they figured out maybe four-year college is not for you in particular. Maybe you need to be finding something else.
Yeah.
Maybe you're more creative, whatever. But hopefully I feel like, for me, the high school counselor was super resourceful.
Yeah.
So.
I agree with you. They helped me out. They were completely wrong on what I wanted to do. But you know what they
Failed
did?
the aptitude test.
They inspired me. You know, so you can do this. This is what you can do. And I'm wow, really? I can do this. And after I dropped that pipe dream a long time, then I said, I'm going to go in this direction. And I did. And I basically was told I was not college material. I was not. But I went to college because my dad instilled in me. You know, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a degree. And when I failed classes in college, my friends were like, dude, you're going to take some time off? You're going to quit? I'm like, no, why? So my dad will kick my butt. So I got a degree.
I think you could weigh in with this opinion on any topic, and I'm going to let Robin have the final word on this one for now. I think this country has bigger fish to fry. Each school, do what you want. That's very well put, Robin. Thanks for weighing in.
I'm with you,
Let's get to our ICYMI in case you missed it on Today in AZ. A moment of levity after a pretty serious discussion here. Did you see this story? Check it out. Phoenix police responding to an unusual call yesterday. Now the video is going viral. Take a look at this.
Wow.
You can see an officer escorting an emu. The department says it received a call early Sunday morning about a, quote, large bird roaming the area near 65th Street and Cactus Road. That would certainly qualify. They say they believe the emu escaped from its owner's home. Luckily, they were able to track down that owner after posting a picture of the bird on social media. Hey, does this belong to anyone?
Anyone?
In that post, the department also thanked a Scottsdale police officer for detaining the emu before Phoenix officers could escort it back home. How does one detain an emu?
I think around the neck is what they're going for. I know. It's not easy. But I like the casualness of the perp walk.
Just walking it down the street. Get a leash on that thing.
Hey, didn't we just do a story a week ago on that same bird that killed somebody in Australia?
That was a cassowary. That's a different bird. That's a very dangerous bird with sharp talons. Emus, I think, are pretty friendly.
Yeah,
Okay.
emus are just kind of big, dumb birds.
I'm gonna Google this real quick because I need
They're
to know.
super
I
cute.
think of the Napoleon Dynamite movie when
Yes.
he's like, does it have sharp talons?
Can you ride an
Does it have
emu?
sharp talons?
An emu is not sturdy enough to carry weight. They only weigh about 125 pounds. So don't get on the back of an emu. Because I thought that would have been a pretty fun way for the police to detain
Or
it.
like
is to
to
saddle
ride
up
him
on
out.
it and ride it back into town.
I
But don't do that.
I'm gonna
They're
put
not
You
things
can ride
on
an ostrich,
Right, they're-
but not the emu.
125 pounds. Have you ever seen a 125-pound German Shepherd or Rottweiler?
Yeah.
It'll scare the bejesus out
Well,
of
you shouldn't try to ride one of
And
those
on
either.
That's true. I tried once. I got chased by a chicken once. My uncle had chickens. I mean, these roosters.
Savage.
They're tiny.
Mean birds.
You imagine this thing at 120 pounds if it decided to go, crazy on you?
Yeah, no, I don't want to see that. We were talking about mean birds in
Yes.
previous editions of this show, and
Yeah.
peacocks are one that I don't think people realize
Yeah,
how
peacocks
mean
are
peacocks
super
are.
mean.
And they're
Really?
loud and annoying.
They're
They're awful
horrible.
creatures.
They use them
Yeah.
for watchdogs in Turkey for the prisons and stuff, and in the palaces.
Yeah.
'Cause if you sneak in or sneak out, they go. I mean, everyone at
No,
any time of the
they're
night.
evil.
I swear I'm not making this up.
yeah.
The neighborhood I lived in Tampa when I was there for 2 years had a family of wild peacocks that lived in the neighborhood.
It's Florida.
Yeah, Florida, right? So
Yeah,
it's Florida.
It's always a yes.
They, before sunrise, were worse than any rooster you can imagine. You would wake up to screaming peacocks every day. And when you drove through here, they didn't care at all about
Yeah.
your car. They weren't scared of you. You would just sit there and wait for this bunch of birds in the road. What do you
were
do?
ruling
Get
the
out and yell at
neighborhood.
them? Shoo, go! They were awful.
24th Street in Osborne here. If
Yeah.
you go off to one of the side neighborhoods there.
Yeah.
The whole neighborhood's infested with chickens. There's chickens
Infested.
everywhere. They're like chickens. I went through there one day. I was like, what the heck's going on? There's chickens everywhere, all over the neighborhood, and then the neighbors just feed them, and that's just it. And they're
Well, if
kind
you
of they're
feed
kind
them, they're gonna
of they're kind of
stay.
protected. The people like them. I'm going to do a story. Wouldn't that be a fun
You
story?
should.
Jimmy goes off in the neighborhood to go find chickens.
I love it.
I like
do
it.
it.
Where's Jimmy going?
Yeah, we need to verify that there's
It's on a
chickens
chicken
on
hunt.
JQ, where are you going to? I just wrote you a theme song.
I know.
So I Googled whether or not you could ride an emu, and I
Okay.
discovered other animals that you can ride.
Great.
Let's play a little game here.
Okay, let's
Give
do
me a 1 to 5 scale as to how much you would like to ride this animal.
Okay.
So 1 being the least, 5 being the most.
Okay.
Ostrich.
5.
1.
Why 1?
They scare the heck. They kill lions. They can kill a lion.
What? Ostriches can't kill lions.
I don't think an ostrich can kill a lion.
All right, you
go.
look
So
that
Get
up.
on your
ostriches are
thing.
super fast. I don't think a lion
They're
can even catch
They
it.
can
Very
haul.
powerful.
They're really fast.
Okay, reindeer.
Oh, I love that. That's a 5.
That's a 5. You
In a
just want to ride
sleigh.
any
I just
animal
wanna
pretty
be in a
much.
sleigh.
You
Yeah.
are a daredevil. I'm like a 4 on that.
Apparently, you can ride zebras in China. Zebra.
Zebras are cool, but they're mean too.
I don't think I'd want to ride a
Yeah,
zebra
they're
at
kinda
all.
mean.
Camels.
I've ridden a camel.
Have you really?
ridden a
How did
Yeah,
that go?
A couple times.
Yeah?
Like this.
It's very slow.
little
It's not as
turbulence.
eventful
Isn't getting
as you
up
would
scary
think.
though?
Yeah, when they
'Cause
get
you
up,
jump
'cause you
on,
kinda
they get
pitch-
up. It's like all of a
Do you need a
sudden.
ladder?
Pitch forward. Yeah. Oh, you gotta have. Hello, I'm like 5 feet tall. You gotta. I have a ladder for everything.
I did it at the church up the street here for the nativity scene indoors. They bring the camel indoors, and then they put the camel and they put. I got up on a big stage they have there. This huge church.
That's wild.
Double
yeah.
hump or single?
Double hump.
Oh,
Yeah.
double or nothing.
There are
Yeah.
different kinds.
Apparently, you can ride lions in Argentina. I no interest there.
Oh, real quick here. Yes,
Yep.
an ostrich can kill a lion with one of its swift kicks from its long, powerful legs. Each ostrich has a blah, 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 long nails.
All
yeah, so
right,
they can,
Jimmy.
and there have been, they don't hunt them, but if the lion's chasing them and the thing should get a good kick in, it could kill it.
A couple more. Dolphins.
Oh my God! So I need to show you this.
Have you
picture.
ridden a dolphin?
I rode a dolphin last year.
hasn't
It
she
was the
done?
most terrifying experience of my life.
Yeah.
Because when you're picturing me riding a dolphin, right? You're picturing like this beautiful dolphin, and I'm riding on the
Yeah,
back.
it's majestic.
No. I'm in the water, treading water, and this dolphin comes straight up in front of my face, and it's like got those crazy little dolphin teeth.
Sure.
And I start screaming and crying.
Naturally.
My boys are laughing, wetting their pants, laughing at me.
Well.
You have to ride it on its tummy, which is super awkward.
Oh.
I was
thought you'd
not
hold
prepared.
the dorsal fin.
Right. I was like, everything I'd read and seen and heard, I rode it on its belly. So I'm like,
Face to
body
face
to
with the
face
dolphin,
to
yeah.
face.
Very
And
intimate.
It was.
They can be.
I felt violated. It was horrible.
You know
I'm
what's
going
up?
to show you the picture.
All right, I
need
can't
to
wait.
post the picture.
I was
because
in the water
I'm
with the dolphin.
crying, and literally horrified.
I was thinking little dolphin your size. You know, oh, the dolphin. These things are huge.
It's huge.
They're solid muscle.
I didn't want the chest-to-chest experience. It was not what I paid my good money for. But my kids forever will they love it. They think it's the funniest.
And they get
little
really
thing I've
bored
ever
with you
seen.
fast because they're just like
totally.
lightning, and you're just like a little toddler.
Yeah, as traumatic as it was for them, how do you think the dolphin enjoyed the experience?
I know.
A dolphin sitting around its ocean buddies like, she was belly to belly with
Oh
me.
my
It was
God,
disgusting.
it was horrible. I was crying. It was awful.
Last one, we got to do an extra shot. Giant tortoise. Apparently, there's places you can ride a giant tortoise. Not much of a bumpy ride. You're probably not
Inland or
moving
water?
super quick. No, on land.
On land.
Not excited.
That sounds
Maybe
kind of
I'll-
boring.
Yeah.
Probably a good selfie picture up there on top of a tortoise, but you know.
I think of the movie Breaking Bad when they put Tortuga's head on the turtle.
That was a traumatizing moment. I wish you hadn't said
Then they
that.
blew up
Yeah.
the turtle.
Yeah, it's a gruesome scene.
It was
Anyway,
all fiction, though. No animals were in
right.
the making of it.
extra shot time, guys. Where's Gurky Going
Yes.
returns for a finale on Friday. This is it. End of the road. I'm so excited to not be traveling after this week. Like, this has been...
Bless your heart.
Come on.
It's been like 8 cities in 9 weeks, I think, by the time this is said and done, because we went out to
so
each one of these
awesome, though.
destinations in advance to get content and stuff like that. No death-defying stunts this week. I won't be hanging off of any buildings.
Who was screaming in that? There was somebody screaming.
So her name is Dorothy, and she is from Florida, and she was there doing a bucket list thing to go off the side of this friggin' building.
You should have let her finish.
Was she happy or sad? Were these
She
screams of glee
loved it.
or what?
She was that when she was screaming there was the first exercise we did, so she hadn't seen any of it work, and she was definitely having a little panic in her voice. You could tell.
Oh my God.
I did say, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore, more than once when I was on top of the building there because
That was a fine suit you had on there.
yeah,
The
the
best.
Canadian tuxedo, all
I
denim.
love that on you.
Yeah, the Shark Tank was pretty cool too. You should check this out if you're ever that way. The views you get of the creatures are wild. Like they're swimming over top of you. Look at that turtle. Holy smokes.
Any dolphins? That's the question.
Yeah, beekeeper thing was probably more dangerous than flying off the side of the building. 350,000 bees up there. I had to smoke them out beforehand.
You had to learn how to use the smoker.
I didn't know how to
which
use
was
it. I thought there was
hilarious.
like a trigger on it, but no, you
You're
just
like,
press it.
how do I turn this
Yeah,
on?
there you go.
And then I was surprised you weren't wearing protective gloves. Because I know you got to protect your
Oh,
mug,
I didn't
but
even
you
think
weren't
about
even
that.
wearing protective gloves. I
Didn't
was
even
worried
dawn
for
on
you.
me. We need a safety consultant on these trips, is what I'm learning.
Always safety goggles and
Yeah.
protect the hands.
No death-defying stunts in the new city. I'm not going to tell you where it is. I'm going to post clues starting today on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so you can try to guess it for yourself.
Good.
We're going big, though. I'll tell you that. The finale is going to be awesome this Friday on Today in AC. We're going to Buckeye.
Buckeye!
Were you saying Buckeye, or was that your emu impression?
Both.
What's the one impression you do for every bird? Can the viewers hear it? So any bird makes
Hey, you
this
just took a
sound.
sip.
Yeah, nailed it.
I don't care whether it's a parrot or a pigeon or a hawk or
Just
an
a
eagle.
catch-all
That's my.
bird call.
It works at night.
Russell
too.
says he got dive bombed this weekend by nighthawks on a hiking trail.
Hey.
It's awful.
Oh, have you ever heard of the
Angry
term
birds.
bird brain?
Yeah.
Well, my blinds fell down, and not in reference of me. The blinds fell down, so I got to get the big window, the front window. Yesterday, while I'm running around the house, I hear this boom in the front window.
Yeah.
The pigeon trying to dive in. Looks like a nice cave.
Rest
Dives,
in peace,
hits the
pigeon.
dang thing. I'm worried about my window. Yeah. and I'll tell you what, I'm this close to getting a BB gun. I got this stinking woodpecker.
No, this is
It's
illegal.
putting holes in. I'm not going to touch it.
You're talking about
I'm not
crimes
gonna
on
do it.
television
Or
now.
wood-
Can't do that.
It put a hole in
Woodpecker.
my house.
Did it.
Yes, I'm sitting there. I don't know what I'm going to do.
There must be some sort of remedy for this.
Cayenne pepper. I don't know. I'll spread cayenne
Put a
pepper
cayenne
all around the house.
paste on the exterior of your
send
home.
solutions to
I
Jimmy's
won't
personal
get a
page.
BB gun. Hold
We gotta
on to all
go
your
before
things.
Jimmy confesses to any more crimes.
No
This is
crimes
the Today in
against
Easy After
animals.
Show.
Slingshot.
Gosh,
Just a nice.
no.
Back tomorrow at 7:30.
Wrist
Let the
rocket.
bird fly.